You can get the cards you need for today's Budget Magic deck and support the show from this episode's sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just follow the link in the description box down below.
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. So this week we are heading again into War of the Spark Standard and building around one of the sweetest new cards in the set, Vivien's Arkbow. This is Simic Longbow, kind of this weird Simic tempo flash, looking to use Vivien's Arkbow to generate a ridiculous amount of value at instant speed. As you can see, 94 bucks in the paper world, 13 ticks on Magic Online, so not a bad deal for a really sweet deck. A quick reminder before we break down Simic Longbow for Standard. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Budget Magic in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Simic Longbow, starting with our namesake card, Vivien's Arkbow. So Vivien's Arkbow, 2 mana, legendary artifact. Basically, we can pay X, tap it, discard a card, and we get to look through the top X cards of our library, grab a creature with converted mana cost X or less, put it right on the battlefield, rescue on the bottom. So the idea of this deck is to play a lot of flash creatures, and also creatures that can do tricky things if we can play them at instant speed, and use Vivien's Arkbow to find them. So it's cheap enough, we slip it in early under counters, and then every turn we can just dig through our deck, finding creature after creature, discarding whatever random thing is in our hand, and kind of do some really cool tricks and value our opponent out of the game. So to make this plan work, we start off with some mana dorks, just to ramp into Vivien's Arkbow. In this deck, we have a lot of cheap creatures that are like 2-ish mana, but then we do have some like 6 and 7 mana creatures. So ideally in the late game, we'll have enough mana where we can activate Vivien's Arkbow for at least 7, which means any creature we hit, we can put onto the battlefield. Well, one of our choice, but we are not going to whiff in the sense that we activate it for 5 and then hit a 6-drop and can't actually put it into play. So these cards just speed things up. Then we have everyone's favorite Vivien's Arkbow target, Fibblethip the Lost. Basically, Fibblethip, we can play it and just draw a card with it like an Elvish Visionary, but it's especially sweet with Vivien's Arkbow, because when we put it into play with Vivien's Arkbow, we get to draw 2 cards instead of just a single card. So a sweet card advantage, and to make sure we have enough cards in our hand to keep discarding to Vivien's Arkbow. And then we have our tricky stuff. So like I said, we're kind of a flash style deck, and these cards work really well with Vivien's Arkbow. Take Frilled Mystic, for example. This is our counter spell creature. So if we have it in our hand, we just leave up our mana. If our opponent does something bad, we can cast it, counter it. If we don't need to cast it and counter something, we can activate our Vivien's Arkbow and grab a creature. We can also do tricks like if we are desperate and our opponent has something powerful on the stack, we can Vivien's Arkbow in hopes of hitting our Frilled Mystic, kind of like you see in Modern. Collected Company, fingers crossed, hit a Spell Queller. We can do that same thing in Standard with the help of Vivien's Arkbow. Then we have our removal creatures. Exclusion Mage, Merfolk Trickster are just ways to deal with our opponent's creatures. Since we're in Simic, we don't have that much real creature removal, and one of the conditions for being in our deck is we pretty much want everything to be creatures, because we want to be able to hit our stuff with Vivien's Arkbow. So Trickster flashes in, taps something down, loses abilities. Exclusion Mage bounces it to his hand. Exclusion Mage, super sweet at instant speed, where we can like use Arkbow, hit it, bounce an attacker, block another attacker with our Exclusion Mage. Then at the top end of our curve, we have Dream Eater and Pelakka Worm. So these cards are kind of our finishers, also do some really cool things in the deck. So Pelakka Worm, just a big trampler, gains its life against aggro. Dream Eater, really sweet with Arkbow because it surveils 4 when it comes into play. So when we Dream Eater, not only are we getting a big flying body that is bouncing our opponent's best non-land, we get to surveil and set up the top of our deck so we can guarantee we're going to hit something good, or try to help increase the odds that we hit something good with our next Vivien's Arkbow activation. Plus, Dream Eater, another flash creature, and like we were talking about earlier, the most powerful thing we can do in this deck is have flash creatures like our Frilled Mystic, our Merfolk Trickster, our Dream Eater in hand, and have an Arkbow on the battlefield, and then we just have so many options. If we need to flash something in, we can. If not, we Arkbow for value. Then we have Tempest Caller, and Tempest Caller is really sweet with Vivien's Arkbow. So normally, Tempest Caller, since it doesn't have flash or anything, it's a purely offensive creature. We can cast it, tap our opponent's stuff, attack with all our creatures, maybe close out the game. But with Vivien's Arkbow, Tempest Caller can also be a fog, essentially. Like, if we are against a deck with a lot of big creatures, we can wait till our opponent goes to combat, and before they attack, we can Vivien's Arkbow, hit our Tempest Caller, tap out our opponent's team so they can't attack us, and then untap on our turn, swing with lethal, close out the game, and hopefully just kill our opponent. So really cool trick there as well. As far as the mana base, couple of Field of Ruins. There's a lot of Search for Escantos running around on Arena at the moment. Field of Ruin, good answer for it. A bunch of dual land Simic Guildgate instead of Breeding Pool because budget purposes, essentially, and we can always discard it to our Arkbow if we have to. In the sideboard, we get some more creatures. Harpooner, removal for flying creatures. Deathcourt Scavenger, life gain, graveyard hate. Rexage for artifacts and enchantments. Kismana's Transmutation gets rid of some annoying creatures, makes them lose all of their abilities, so it's really good on like a Rekindling Phoenix, for example, shuts it down permanently. River's Rebuke is kind of a pseudo-wrath, and for control, we have 4 negates and also 3 Sorcerer's Spyglass, to name Nicole Bolas, to name Teferi, those Planeswalkers. Again, on Arena right now, I'm running into so many control decks that it's actually a really good sideboard card, and that is Simic Longbow for Standard, and that's our Budget Magic deck for this week, so I'm really excited for this deck. This deck, it's really fun, it's really unique, kind of this weird Simic Flash deck that's really in on using Vivien's Arkbow to maximize its potential. We're not just like playing an Arkbow here or there for maybe value in the late game. We are really built around embracing the power of Vivien's Arkbow. So let's get to the gameplay, see how Simic Arkbow works in Standard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. All right, Budget Magic time. We are playing some Simic Arkbow in Standard, and alright. I mean, Llanowar into stuff, hopefully. Well, Llanowar. Opponent. Alright, looks like our opponent is Grixis controlling. Could use another blue source. Hit our opponent for 1, pass the turn. Blue source for Frilled Mystic would be helpful. Opponent. Ground Catacombs. Passes. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. This mana. Go attacking. Opponent. Takes 1. Well, we gotta pass the turn, unfortunately. Cast down on Llanowar Elves. Opponent. Land. Thought Erasure. Gets to see our handful of stuff. Takes a Frilled Mystic. Yeah, that's one of our relevant cards. One of our few. Unfortunately, we don't have the blue mana for it. Mills a land. Well, alright. Play Vivien's Arkbow. And, wow. Main deck negate. Not good against us, but good there. Land for our opponent tapped. Oh, God almighty. Alright, well, Forest go. Still do not have Frilled Mystic mana, which probably going to be the death of us. Opponent. Tap land. Passes. Hooray. Hooray for Guildgates. Simic Guildgate, still no Frilled Mystic mana. We are getting close to Frilled Mystic mana. We're, okay, we have survived long enough to get to Frilled Mystic mana. Opponent. Chemist's Insight. Yeah, sure, whatever. Lots card draw. Opponent. Mountain. Passing. Well, Trickster. Untap. Play Hinterland Harbor. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Down to 16. Chemist's Insight Part 2. Discards a Beacon Bolt. Draws some cards. Opponent. Untapping. Land. Okay. Duress is a whiff. I guess it does let our opponent see more of our hand. Well, let's Dream Eater. Surveil for some action, hopefully. Yeah, I think we just mill everything. And there's a removal spell. Cast down. Sure. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. I mean, opponent's down to 14. We are tempoing. We do have some not great cards in hand, but Arkbow is what we want so much. That getting countered was super brutal. So good in this deck. Field of Ruin for our opponent. Alright, well, let's Trickster. Incubation Druid. Well, go to combat. Attack. Yeah, I guess we can get in with Land of War too. Go attacking. Hit our opponent. Down to 9. Incubation Druid. And pass the turn. Opponent untaps. I mean, we are making headway. We still have this Frilled Mystic, which is doing some work. Opponent. Eldest Reborn. Yeah, I think we counter that. Or attempt to. Frilled Mystic. Opponent has a Syncopate. So we'll sack Land of War. Untap land. Opponent. Beacon Bolt. Okay, sure. Frilled Mystic is a good draw. Go attacking, hit our opponent. To 3. And they stop the Arkbow, but I feel like we're getting there. Opponent, yeah, takes up Eldest Reborn, sure. We discard Tempest Caller. Opponent is technically dead on board. What do they have? It's a Sark of the Fireblood. Yeah, that's fine. That just loots here. Opponent loots. And we should have this locked up. Discards a land, draws a card. With Frilled Mystic in hand, I don't think there's a way we lose from here. Whoa! Opponent scoops it up! Opponent going on the control plan, but could not keep up. And that was pretty good. It was pretty impressive that we were able to pull that off because, yeah, we have a lot of cards that are not especially great against control, like 4 Tempest Callers. Not that good against control. We can cut Tempest Callers. We can maybe, all right, so Deathgorge Scavenger in. That's an easy one. All the negates in. That's also an easy one. Sorceress Spyglass probably in if we can find room. I think we cut Exclusion Mage as well. And Cruel Harpooners seem relevant. Their deck probably is playing Flying Dragons. This does make our Arkbow hits a little worse. But I think it makes our deck in general better. Opponent had a lot of control stuff in their main deck as well, which did work in our favor. Maybe it's just 2 Tricksters. Maybe we just run it like this. Yeah, alright, try it like that. Well, we didn't get to get Arkbow going that game, but we were able to just grind out our opponent, so, I mean, we'll tank it. Alright, this hand's reasonable. Alright, Simic Guildgate, go. Play an island, and yeah, let's just fool through. Alright, resolves. More lands. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Well, play Hinterland Arbor. Go to combat. Attack. Flibbleflip. Lost but dealing damage. Opponent, land. Passes. Play a land. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. And pass the turn. I mean, we have 2 negates in hand. We're not just going to go shields down. Opponent draws some cards. Still would love a Vivien's Arkbow. That is a card that would really make this draw tick. Opponent, Steam Vents passes. More lands. We are drawing many lands. Go to combat. Get in with Flibbleflip. Opponent down to 70. Pass the turn. Yeah, Vivien's Arkbow would be so incredibly sweet. Chemister's Insight, Part 2, discards a land. Sure. Opponent untaps. Plays a land. And discards. Wow, more lands. All right, lands for everyone. Go to combat. Get in with Flibs. Sorcerer's Spyglass. Boy, that's a lot of removal encounters. So we will name I think we're going to name Nicole Bolas Dragon God. We haven't seen it, but I assume that that is a card in our opponent's deck. The downside is they can Hostage Taker this and then play it. We can counter it. It would shut down our Arkbow. Arkbow is a card we want more than anything. If we draw and resolve an Arkbow, we probably win this game. If we don't, things are a little sketchy. Moment of Craving on Flibs. Yup. Shuffles in. Opponent. Passing. Well, Forest. Anything we play is going to die. Yeah, let's just pass. Arkbow. Give us an Arkbow or give us death. Tap land. Opponent passes. Alright, Llanowar Elves. Play a land. Pass the turn. Moment of Craving. So we're back to knowing our opponent's hand. Opponent untaps. Draws. Passes. Well, we will pass. This is looking like it's just going to be a weird control game until we find Arkbow, and then things all of a sudden become sweet. Although Hostage Taker is kind of annoying. Harpooner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I mean, opponent's discarding hand size. There's no reason for us to run anything out here. Opponent draws. Plays a land. And passes. Well, all right. Flibblethip, part 2. Draw a Frilled Mystic. Alright. I guess we pass and also discard the hand size. We will discard a Harpooner. Land for our opponent. And passes. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Takes 1. Yeah, let's Incubation Druid. Pass the turn. We gotta start casting stuff so we stop discarding hand size. What a weird, weird game. Opponent draws, does nothing. Untaps. What do they have? That's the question. Land. Cry of the Crenarium. Do we care about this? I guess we kind of do. Let's negate. We're going to end up discarding to hand size, so we might as well try to keep some stuff alive. And we do want to get our opponent to 0. Eldest Reborn. Yeah, negate. Opponent passes. We draw a land. We'll play the land. Go to combat. Get in with Flibblethip. Pass the turn. We're not going to fight an Arkbow. 21 cards in. Still no Arkbow. Opponent. Alright. Kills Incubation Druid. Opponent. Passing. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Guildgate. Go. Opponent draws. This is the world's slowest clock. Opponent passing. Well, go to combat. Get in with Flibblethip. Hit our opponent. Incubation Druid. Pass the turn. Devil. Yup. Opponent untaps. Land. Passes. Well, go to combat. Attack. There is our Arkbow. The question is, if we play it, it's going to get taken hostage. Yeah, let's pass. I think we got to try to find a way to play around this hostage taker or make our opponent actually use the Hostage Taker before we Arkbow. Dream Eater's not bad. Dream Eater is a threat we can flash in and pressure our opponent a little bit at instant speed. Opponent plays a land. Passes. Well, Dream Eater. I assume this eats counter 1. Wow, resolves. Okay. All the lands to the graveyard. Trickster. Yeah, I think everything graveyard. Opponent has Bedevil. Okay. Flibblethip. Well, go to combat. Get in with Flibblethip. Play Harpooner. Pass the turn. We're grinding him down. This Hostage Shaker is the biggest issue at the moment. Ral. Well, let's Frilled Mystic Ral. There's the Disdainful Stroke. Okay. Sure. So opponent's going to get an activation, and then we can Spyglass it.
You ready to go toe-to-toe with me?
Getting rid of Disdainful Stroke is pretty helpful. Opponent, what are they doing, though? Maybe they just tick down. Okay, ticks up. Gonna draw a card.
Oh, come on. I just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
Mills a land. Finds something. Plays a land. 3 cards in hand. Is it finally Hostage Taker time? Nicol Bolas, the Dragon God. Well, we have that named. Okay, resolves. Opponent passes. Well, we will Sorcerous Spyglass. Name Ral. Shut it down. Go to combat. I guess we still kill Planeswalkers to be safe. Oh, we are getting close. Past the turn. We are getting close to actually getting this Arkbow down. We are very close. I can't believe we're, like, out-controlling Grixis control. Ugh. Okay. That's bad. Hostage Taker. Well, we will Frilled Mystic. Counter it. Passes. Oh, goodness. That was the best draw in our deck. Literally the best draw in our deck. Harpooner off the top. Niv, no value. Get it out of here. Yes, we will take this action. Go to combat. Everything in our opponent. And now we also get down Arkbow. Arkbow. Opponent quenches. Yes, we will pay 2. Thank you, Bad Mana Leak. And what do you do, opponent? We dealt with it all. We outground Grixis. That was a sweet, sweet performance for this deck. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo, boy. I don't know what to say. We out-controlled Grixis control with all the bombs, the Nivs, the Nicol Bolases, everything, and we were able to take him down. Impressive. Impressive for Simic. Whew. For Simic Arkbow. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are mulliganing with Simic Arkbow. All right, this one will keep, although it's still sketchy. Tempest Caller definitely to the bottom. No Arkbow. Tap lands. Hopefully we draw mana. If this Llanowar dies, things are a little scarier. Alright. Fanatical Firebrand. Opponent gets it. Ugh. Alright. Well, Llanowar Elves into the Fanatical Firebrand. Ugh. I'm not sure the Magic Gods are cooperating. We take it. Down to 18. Opponent. Light up the stage. And Fanatical Firebrand. And we need an untapped land this turn or else. Alright. Well. This isn't gonna work. Opponent, Firebrand, 17. Mountain. Risk factor. Well, we will take the action. Down to 13. Oh boy. Alright, pass the turn. We do have 24 lands and 8 mana dorks, so this is actually a pretty mana heavy deck. To the point where I was like, I think we might be playing too many lands. Lightning Strike to 9. Alright, not a land, and rather than show our opponent our cards, we will scoop it up and go to sideboarding. Well, that was less than ideal. Deathgorge Scavenger in. Maybe a couple of negates in. Go down a Dream Eater. And go down a Tempest Caller. Try it like that. Yeah, that one, we had no mana. No mana, no hope. No love from the magic gods. Alright, we are on the play, and alright. This is more reasonable, at least. Llanowar. Field of Ruin not great in this matchup, but our mana's looking a little better. Mountain for our opponent. Fanatical Firebrand, of course. And there goes our Llanowar Elves. I mean, that is a drawback of Llanowar. It does die to everything. It is very powerful, though. Llanowar Elves, go. Mountain for our opponent, and kills our Llanowar Elves. Play an island, Deathgorge Scavenger. And yeah, just eat a Firebrand, gain a bit of life. Pass the turn. Mountain. Chain Whirler. Ugh. Boy, I wish we could have mixed these hands together. Now we're kind of flooding out in the opposite direction. Tibalt for our opponent. Makes a goblin, plays a land. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is the lands. The lands for days. Opponent. Tibalt Devil.
Oh, they're so cute.
Plays a land. Chandra. Good golly. Ticks up. Lightning Strike. Can't cast it, thankfully. Gets in. Does not get in. Llanowar. Alright, well, play the forest. No attacks. Pass the turn. Opponent. Taking up Chandra. Wizard's Lightning. Plays a land. Plays a wizard. Okay. Down to 19. Well, we're going to need to draw something soon, or we're just out of luck. We have drawn a lot fewer magic cards than our opponent. Gets in, hits us. Yeah, down to 14. Chain Whirler. Well, we will Dream Eater. Oh, goodness. Mill everything. These cards just don't help us. Everything to the bottom. Or to the graveyard. Bounce Chandra. Play a land. Ugh. Kill Tibalt. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we need Pelakka Worm. We need Pelakka Worm off the top of our deck or we're just done. Opponent, combat, attacks. I mean, I think we're done anyway. Yeah, this draw did not work out very well. Opponent hits us. Down to 3. And plays a Chandra, which we will Frilled Mystic, but too little too late as far as drawing stuff. Mountain, opponent passes, more lands, and yeah, that does it. Well, that wasn't a great one. We just drew very awkwardly that match. Very, very awkwardly. Game 1, one lander, never did anything. Game 2, all the lands, and that's Magic. No matter what deck you're playing. Alright, budget Magic time. We are playing Guildgate Tribal. Actually, Simic Arkbow, but good God. We literally have 3 of our 4 Simic Guildgates. The joys of budget mana, as I like to say. Opponent, considering their turn 1 land drop. At least this gives us a chance to hover a Simic Guildgate. Mountain for our opponent. Wow. Okay. Fanatical Firebrand. Well, play a tap land. We would love just a basic land. An untap land would be spectacular, so we don't fall too far behind here, but not sure that's going to happen. Opponent. Thinking. Considering. Plays a Dragon Skull Summit. Gets in with Fanatical Firebrand. Plays a Pyromancer. Okay, that is an untap land. So play the untap land, play Exclusion Mage. Bounce Fanatical Firebrand. Pass the turn. Swamp for our opponent. Fanatical Firebrand, part 2. Pings our face. Skewers the critics. Gets in. Down to 13. Well, there's a forest. Pass the turn. Still no Arkbow, unfortunately. Opponent, combat. Gets in. Well, we'll take it. Down to 11. Well, definitely countering that. Counterspawn of Mayhem. Untap Forest. Well, play Simic Guildgate. Tempest Caller. Attack. Opponent down to 17. I feel like this is going to depend on us finding a Palaka Worm. We have one. One Palaka Worm. That is a card we need desperately. Dream Eater is a good way to dig for it. Okay. Full price skewer the critics. Opponent gets in. Down to 9. I'll play the forest. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent down to 14. Land for our opponent. Flameblade Artist. Yeah. And Fireblade Artist. Opponent, combat. Big attack. Well, we will Dream Eater. Ooh. Well. Bottom. Actually, we keep Flibblethip. Bottom, top. Okay, yeah. Arkbow, Flibblethip. Mill the other stuff. We bounce an artist. We block an artist. We drop to 7. We play Arkbow. Arkbow for 2. Discard Tempest Caller. Get Flibblethip. Draw a couple cards. Incubation Druid. Yeah. Get in with Dream Eater. Opponent to 10. Well, can they kill us? We're at 7. That's not a high life total. We get to spin the wheel for Palaka Worm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we want this Incubation Druid to live to be able to spin for Palaka Worm. Oh boy, the moments of truth are upon us. Artist, down. Opponent, big attack. Well, we will definitely block. Not going to let our opponent trigger Spectacle. They have a lot of Spectacle cards. Kills Dream Eater. Okay. Well, we draw land. Do we want to Arkbow now? Yeah, let's just pass. Get in with Flibblethip. Pass the turn. Arkbow at the ready. We need the Palaka Worm. Palaka Worm is the card that we need most. Land for our opponent. Fanatical Firebrand for our opponent. And Spawn of Mayhem. All right. All right. Well, come on, Arkbow. This is why you're in our deck. Well, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, Arkbow for 8. And see what we may find. We will discard Arkbow. 8 deep. Dream Eater's acceptable. Dream Eater. Bounce Spawn of Mayhem. Set up the top of our deck, hopefully to find Block a Worm. And opponent's done! They scoop it up! And we got there. Okay! Arkbow doing Arkbow-y things. Well, ugh. Alright, opponent's playing Rakdos Spectacle, I guess we would go with. So we want Deathgorge Scavenger. We probably want Cruel Harpooner. We go down. That's the big question. What do we cut? Honestly, it's probably like a Dream Eater, a couple of Tempest Callers. Let's go one Flibblethip, since there's probably... Cut down one Flibblethip, because there's probably Chain Whirlers and whatnot. Although Flibblethip's mostly our card draw. Alright, that was good. Once we get the Arkbow going, it really goes. And I guess this is fine. Tap land, not the best, but Trickster should be good in this matchup. Harpooner has some value. Guildgate, go. Opponent. Dragon Skull Summit and Dreadhorde Butcher. Grows the Butcher. I'll play the land, pass the turn. Swamp for our opponent. Dreadhorde Butcher. Opponent attacks. So we will Trickster. Make this Butcher lose its ability. Block the bigger Butcher. Down to 16. Play Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. Field of Ruin's not great at the moment. Fireblade Artist. Opponent. Attacks. Well, Trickster. Block, Butcher loses abilities. Block Butcher. Hinterland Harbor is better. Play Hinterland Harbor. So I think what we have to do here is Field of Ruin just to get another mana source for next turn. Grab a Forest. Because we want to be able to Frilled Mystic next turn. Incubation Druid. No attack. Staying on defense. Pass the turn. More than happy to trade Trickster with this artist if we get a chance. Opponent draws a card. No sacrifice. And I'm feeling semi-stable. I mean, never feel safe, but I feel like we're semi-stable. Fanatical Firebrand for our opponent. Okay. Pings our face. They must want to spectacle something here. Light up the stage. Into Heartfire Butcher. And now I'm feeling pretty good. Not bad at all. Opponent. Getting in. Well, snap trade with our Trickster. No attacks. Play Llanowar. Pass the turn. Leaving up our Frilled Mystic. And we will Frilled Mystic basically anything. And that might just lock it up. Or very close to lock it up. Opponent. Well, this is an encouraging performance. Butcher. Counter it. Just snap counter. Yeah. And that leaves no creature for Heartfire, and our opponent scoops it up. And that is Vivien's Arkbow taking down aggro in a pretty good performance. That was impressive. We don't have a ton of life gain, but we managed to just trick our way through. And Arkbow, haven't seen it too much, but when we do, it's been sweet. All right. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Budget Magic time. We are mulliganing with, oh, well, that's an Arkbow. Simic Arkbow. All right, we got an Arkbow. We will keep it. We will put this land to the bottom. And Guildgate, go. All right, Arkbow, it is your time to shine, hopefully. Overgrown Tomb. Well, Field of Ruin, Arkbow. Go. Opponent untaps. Ooh, Junday. Oh, if they can kill this, I'm going to be sad. Growth Chamber Guardian. Okay, resolves. Opponent passes. Play Llanowar Elves. Hinterland Harbor. Pass the turn. Well, let's see if Arkbow's enough. Untap land for our opponent. Goes attacking. Yeah, we'll take it. Down to 18. And, alright, there goes our Llanowar. And Dreadhorde Arcanist. Well, Hinterland Harbor, go. Well, that's as good a time as any to run out our Trickster. Opponent again, and yeah, Arcanist can flashback shock. Kills our Trickster. Well, we take it. Down to 17. Opponent passes. Hinterland Harbor, go. All right, Arkbow, it is officially your time. Let's see how good this is. Colossus on Arcanist. Well, I think it's time to spin the wheel. Please deck. Arkbow 4. Discard a... Actually, yeah, Arkbow for 4. Is this right? We could just... Maybe we don't. Let's just Trickster. Opponent gets in. We'll take it. Down to 13. Passes. All right, pass the turn. Yeah, no attacks. Opponent untaps. Combat. Swings. We'll take it. Down to 9. All right, now it's definitely Arkbow time. Arkbow for 5. Discard Dream Eater. Get Flibblethip. Draw a couple cards. Untap. Play a land. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Goes to combat. Swings. Well, we will block with Flibblethip. Stay at 9. Well, okay. We will Arkbow for 6. Discard Llanowar Elves. Get a Incubation Druid. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent untapped. Rekindling Phoenix. Well, we will Frilled Mystic. Counter it. Opponent gets in. Yeah, let's double block. Get it off the table. Untap. Draw. Frilled Mystic. Well, pass the turn. Same plan. It's working. It's working. This is the plan. What do you got, opponent? Rekindling Phoenix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't Incubation Druid. All right. So we just Frilled Mystic. Counter it. And let's untap. Dream Eater. That's also good. Go to combat. Attack. Going on the aggressive. Hit our opponent. Now we can Dream Eater to set up our next flip. Rekindling Phoenix. Sure. Oh, man. Hopefully our opponent attacks here. No attack, so we'll Dream Eater. Bounce Rekindling Phoenix. Actually, let's see. This stays. Yeah, we want Palaka Worm. Okay, that's fine. We'll draw the land. We'll bounce Rekindling Phoenix. This guarantees that we're hitting Palaka Worm. Untap. Play the land. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Wow, throwing it away. Opponent's worried. They're worried about their life total down to 9. And Big Baba Palaka is on its way. Land for our opponent. Rekindling Phoenix. That is fine. And I think we're going to win here. We've ground him out. Opponent's passing. Well, yeah. Arkbow for 8. Discard Flibblethip. Take Palaka Worm. Up to 16. Arkbow for 8. Going for the win. Discard an Arkbow. An opponent doesn't even wait to see it. They just know they're done. And that was a good performance for our deck. We just kind of ground him out. Ground him out with the tricks. All right. So, opponent's playing Gruul, I guess, to Jundi Gruul. So, bring in Kismana's Transmutation. Bring in Deathgorge Scavenger. and maybe a couple harpooners. Go down maybe, what do we cut? So tricky. So tricky to know what to cut. Exclusion Mage is good. I guess we can trim like Tempest Caller. Maybe 1 Incubation Druid. Yeah, let's go 2 Tempest Scholars and 1 Flibblethip. Right, I like that. That was a good performance. This deck is pretty sweet. I actually really like this deck. It is a sweet one. Opponent. On the play for game number 2, our opponent is. And, alright. Not a thrilling hand, but Exclusion Mage, a little bit of tempo. Death Gorge. Oh, that's an Arkbow. Alright. Hand improving. Although our opponent probably has more Arkbow answers now. There's a Growth Chamber Guardian. And we draw Big Mama Palaka. Well, play the Arkbow. Pass the turn. Land. Untapped. Yep. Growth Chamber Guardian while they got the chance. This is okay. We get to Exclusion Mage to bounce it. Yep, gets another one. Opponent. Gets in. Hits us. 16. We untap. Play Hinterland Harbor, Exclusion Mage. Bounce, Growth Chamber Guardian. And pass the turn. Growth Chamber Guardian returns. And a shock. Yeah, that's fine. Opponent passes. I think we just play Deathgorge Scavenger. Eat our Exclusion Mage to gain some life. Play the Guildgate. Pass the turn. Next turn, we can sit on our Frilled Mystic and then Arkbow if we don't need to. Opponent, combat. Attacks. Do we want to block here? It would make our opponent use this. I think the answer is no. Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, get it. Freebie, opponent. Yeah, hits us. 16. Arcanist with a shock in the graveyard, although we can get rid of the shock. Hinterland Harbor's fine. Go to combat. Attack. Eating the shock for sure. Opponent takes it. Play Hinterland Harbor. Pass the turn. Working towards Palaka mostly. Opponent, what do you got? Land. Untapped. Combat. Alright, we'll take it. Down to 13. Growth Chamber Guardian. Yeah, Frilled Mystic. Counter it. And opponent passes. Okay. I'll go to combat. Attack. Eat the Growth Chamber Guardian. Opponent down to 9. Yeah, let's just pass. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Rekindling Phoenix. Well, let's spin the wheel. X5. Discard Tempest Call. Well, actually, no. What do we discard? Alright, discard Palaka Worm. Ew, that's unfortunate timing. Well, get a Harpooner. Actually, do we have lethal? We do. Tempest Caller. Tap them all. Combat. Attack. And that is the Longbow doing Longbowy things. Sure, exile and gain a bit of life. Why not? And that's 9. And your life total is 9. And that is the power of Vivien's Arkbow just crushing. Crushing. Whoo. Sweet. All right. Budget magic time. We are Simic Longbowing. Oh my. Come on now, Arena. Oh, God. 0 lands into 6 lands. Ugh. Alright, well. Sometimes the mulligans get you. That's magic. London mulligans would not have changed this one bit. London mulligans aren't going to save 0 land into 6 lands. Yeah, I guess we're going to 5. Alright. Well, I don't think Land War is impactful enough, so, well, we'll see. Land go. Opponent. Dragon Skull Summit. Well, if there's a card that can dig us out of this, it is probably Vivien's Arkbow. Vivien's Arkbow hitting Flibblethips. That is some amount of hope. Opponent plays a Drowned Catacombs. Flibblethip. We would have rather got that with Arkbow. Well, play Hinterland Harbor, play Flibblethip. Draw a card. Play Llanowar Elves. And pass the turn. I mean, next turn we can start spinning the wheel. The Happy Good Times wheel and see what happens. Thought Erasure. We are going to need to hit some Flibblethlips to not run out of cards, though. Opponent. Land. And passes. Well, play the land. Go to combat. Get in with Flibs. Pass the turn. If they can kill the Arkbow, that would be annoying. We're really... I mean, this is the game. This Arkbow is the game. Untap land. Nicol Bolas. Well, spin the wheel. X5. See if we can... See what we can hit. Discard a forest. Yes! That be Frilled Mystic! Off the longbow! See you later, Nicky B! Tempest Caller. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Down to 13. Longbow. The power of longbow. Land. Cry of the Cranarium. Okay. Not much we can do about it. Too risky to try to spin. Well, now we might as well spin. X4. Discard Tempest Caller. Oh. Wow, we actually would have hit it. Well, that's fine. Incubation Druid. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Boy, I guess we should have just spun the wheel. It's so risky because we only have 3 Frilled Mystics, and if we whiff, we lose most likely the creature along with everything else. Come on, one more time. One more time. One more Frilled Mystic. All on the top. Well, Flibblethip is fine. Draws us a couple cards. Takes up. We will exile... I guess Exclusion Mage.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Land for our opponent. Passes. Well, play Simic Guildgate. Go to combat. Are we supposed to just be ignoring this? Yeah, alright. Yeah, go face. Opponent down to 6 past the turn. Takes up. Well, okay. We'll just get rid of Flibblethip. Ritual of Soot. That doesn't do anything, so sure. Opponent plays land. Well, now we gotta spin the wheel. X4. If we hit something, we win. We just need a 3-power creature. Incubation Druid ends up a 3-power creature. That does it. Maul to 5 and the Arkbow don't care. The Arkbow don't care. Oh my goodness. That is absurd. We will adapt. Go to combat. Attack. Wow. 0 lands into 6 lands. Maul to 5. Arkbow on turn 2. Easily beat Grixis control. It wasn't even especially close. That is insane. That is absolutely insane that worked. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, Tempest Caller's out. Sorcerous Spyglass in. Exclusion Mage is out. Negates in. And maybe Harpooners? We did see Nicol Bolas, El Aravejan, go down 1 Flibblethip, I guess. And yeah. Maybe we can cut that. Maybe we can cut Palaka Worm for another Harpooner. All right, run it like that. Good God, that win. That was insane. Those are the kind of games that normally I kind of give up, and I'm like, oh, we mulled to 5, and wow. That is a testament to the power of this deck and the power of Vivien's Arkbow. We did nothing but activate Arkbows essentially that entire game, and we didn't need to do anything but activate Arkbows that entire game. That was enough. No Arkbow, but we'll keep this. Tap land. Well, we will also play a tap land. We got some flash threats. We got an answer to a Nicol Bolas. Negate is also good. Land go. Being able to play the flash game is pretty helpful here. Tap land for our opponent. Thought Erasure. Yeah, we'll just negate it. Opponent passes. Well, Hinterland Harbor, go. Opponent. Passing? Ooh, passing, okay. Well, Island, go. Frilled Mystic at the ready. Opponent untaps, draws. Search for Escanta. Well, yeah, that's good enough for a Frilled Mystic. Counter that. Get the tempo plan going. Opponent. Passes. Now play Field of Ruin. Go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Down to 17. Untap. Swamp. And passes. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Moment of Craving. Okay. Sure. Pass the turn. If we don't get something to counter... Yeah, that's good enough to counter. Frilled Mystic, number 2. Counter it. Untap Trickster. Well, go to combat. Hit our opponent. And now I think we start with... Let's Sorcerous Spyglass. See what's in our opponent's hand. That is Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Or Nicol Bolas... Actually, both. But we'll name Dragon God. Cry of Carnarium. Moment of Craving. Yeah, let's just pass. We can flash in a Trickster. Alright, Moment of Craving takes down Frilled Mystic. Opponent's passing. Well, let's Trickster. Keep the pressure on. Untap. Go to combat. Hit our opponent. Play a Flibblethip. Draw a card. I like Frilled Mystic. Pass the turn. That's a good one. Thought Erasure. There is a Cry of the Carnarium. Yeah, I guess we gotta let it go. What we really want is to find a way to resolve an Arkbow. Leaves it on top. Opponent. Passing. Land. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Play the land. Pass the turn. Untap land for our opponent. Enter the God Eternals. Gain some life. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, that's an Arkbow. That is an Arkbow. Arkbow resolves. That's what we wanted. No attacks. Pass the turn. That is exactly it. Got through the negate. Opponent got greedy. Had to get down that God Eternals. Opponent goes to combat. We have milled... Oh, we've lost all of our Flibblethip's. Opponent gets in. We will just take it. No blocks. Follow-up. Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Well, we're going to spin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spin for 5. Discard Incubation Druid. Ugh. Get a Llanowar. Well, discard Merfolk Trickster. Untap. Harpooners. Kill Nicol Bolas. Go to combat. Get in with Flibblethip. Pass the turn. Lacking card draw from Flibblethip is annoying. Opponent. Combat. Gets in. Down to 12. Cry of the Carnarium. Resolves. Opponent passes. Well, pass the turn. Land for our opponent. We will take the hit. Down to 8. Alright, spin for 7. Discard Simic Guildgate. Dream Eater. Bottom, land on top. Bounce a zombie. Another Dream Eater still to come. Untap, land, combat. Attack, opponent. Down to 10. Dream Eater incoming. Pass the turn, we know what's on top. Opponent. Land. Passing. Well, I mean, spin it again. For 6. Discard the land. Dream Eater. Number 2. Stack the deck. We actually don't need any of those. Everything to the bottom, or to the graveyard. Untap. Draw. Harpooner. Combat. Swing. Opponent. Down to 2. Pass the turn. Is that game? Is that game? Did we get it? Nikobolas the Ravager. Okay. We will discard Harpooner. Opponent. Passes. Well, we untap. Land. Combat. All attack. Opponent blocks. And dies! And that is Simic Arkbow. Good God! And maybe this deck is pretty sweet. That is the rank up. That is a 4-1. Okay. We kind of crush people with Simic Arkbow. Wow. Wow. Yeah. That deck is fun. That deck is super fun. And apparently good enough to win some. Well, sweet. So what do we learn this week about Simic Arkbow in War of the Spark Standard? And the deck was surprisingly effective. We played 5 matches, we won 4 of them. Along the way, we took down the new nemesis of Standard, Grixis Control. Oh my goodness, that deck has so many powerful cards. Could not stand up to the Arkbow. Grixis Control twice, Jund, Rakdos aggro. Our one loss came to Mono Red, which, that is a tough matchup. Maybe we could have more life gain in the sideboard, but we beat other aggro decks. The Jund deck was very aggressive. The Rakdos deck was very aggressive. So we were able to keep up with aggro, keep up with control, and the deck was really spectacularly fun to play. We have just so many cool tricks, and Vivien's Arkbow is a card that allows for most of them. Like, Instant Speed Tempest Caller. We had times when we just flipped into Vivien Arkbow, or flipped with Vivien Arkbow into something like Frilled Mystic, with our opponent having Nicole Bolas, the Ravager on the stack, or something really crazy. So that was amazing. Flibble Flip for card advantage. Just so many sweet tricks using Dream Eater to stack the top of the deck. So overall, the deck, it was sweet. And even though we have a lot of weird cards and we don't have traditional removal, we were able to just really annoy our way through control decks where Vivien's Arkbow is an all-star. If we slip into Arkbow on turn 2 against control, it is absurd. We don't even gotta cast things anymore. Our opponent's just left with a bunch of counters in hand because Arkbow, it's essentially uncounterable. We're putting the creature on the battlefield. So it's insane way to beat control decks. And then against aggro, we were just like digging through our deck for tricksters and exclusion mages and kind of tempoing our opponent out. Tempest Caller allowed us to close out games by tapping everything down. So I feel like I'm really happy with how the deck turned out, especially for being budget friendly. We had a little trouble some games with Simic Guildgate, which can be clunky, but that's the price you pay when you don't have shock lands, and it's definitely worth it to keep the budget down. But once in a while, that's a hassle. But in general, the deck felt really good. We beat aggro, we beat control, we did cool things. What more could you want? So if you like kind of tricky, tempo-y flash style decks, or just like cards that generate ridiculous value, like Vivien's Arkbow, where we're discarding a land to get Palaka Orbs and Dream Eaters and Frilled Mystics that instant speed to counter stuff, seems like a sweet option for War of the Spark Standard. So anyway, that's been our budget magic for this week. Simic Arkbow for War of the Spark Standard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.